In honor of the Super Bowl, here we go. Buenas tardes a todos y bienvenidos al program número dos cinco cinco de Jimmy Palumbo en vivo, en directo desde el centro de Mawa
Oh
y
my.
detrás del Cristo, su amigo y amigo, Dave Sturcho. Cuibo, Dave.
Bien.
Now, I called my beautiful friend, Yenny Alvarez, Mark DeCole's wife. I was like, you know what? I'm going to open up the show in Spanish. And if I knew Spanish, I'd do the whole show in Spanish. And every one of my 11 fans who listen to this thing would be pissed off because I did the whole thing in Spanish.
That might have been your best open of all time, honestly.
Buenas tardes a todos y bienvenidos al programa número dos cinco cinco de Jimmy Palumbo en vivo y en directo desde el centro de Mawa.
Jimmy. The problem is now you have people like looking for their SAP button. They're like, wait, hold on. I got the wrong. I got the wrong channel.
I had to say it. I don't even know if I'm getting a Quibo, Dave. I mean, he's like, how you doing, Dave, or something like that. Ugh. Anyway, your friend, it says your friend and mine. Su amigo y el mío. Well, we're going to get more into the Super Bowl and that, but thank you to Yenny Alvarez. She's probably going to hate what I have to say about the Super Bowl after that. But this is show number 255, do cinco cinco, 255. And of course, that means Brian Kelly, inside linebacker on the famous 1981 Giants. Gary Reasons. And if you ever want to watch the greatest goal line stand of all time, it's got to be Gary Reasons against Denver. I don't even you're not even a Giant fan. I'm sure
I've seen it.
It's awesome. He just loves it. Jahani Jones. That's for Venditti, my brother. Leroy Jordan. I threw it. That's one for your old man right there. Steve Diassi and Jack Del Rio, Cowboys. And also Joey Porter, Junior Seau, Domingo German, Hideki Matsui, Ramiro Mendoza, Carlos Rodon, even though I think he's
dude. How many fucking 55s are there? My God.
Jorge Posada, rookie year. People forget. Girardi was the catcher. Mutombo, Oral Hershiser, and your friend and mine, Kiki Vandaway for the New York Knickerbockers.
55. Wait, hold on. Did we miss somebody? I feel like we missed somebody. What number did drawing a blank. What number did Matsui wear?
Yeah, I said it.
Oh, you said Matsui? All right, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. You know what I was? I was paying attention to Tyson's list because he usually has a better list than you. So I'm just, Johnny Box. Okay.
He usually has a better list than me. That is not true. Johnny Box with a quick 3 off the bench at the 255 mark. All right, now.
Oh, there's Yenny. Yenny's right there. She's watching.
Yenny. I already did it, Yenny. You missed the beginning.
You'll have to watch the replay.
You'll have to watch the replay of it. It was funny. Now, of course, this is a part where probably Yenny will hang up now anyway. This is the baseball card segment. Now, this guy, if you're totally going to remember him, your friend and mine, Mr. Jason Grimsley.
Sure.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Okay, now, the thing about Jason Grimsley, I did not know. He played 15 years in the major leagues. I did not know that. He's 58 years old. He had a record of 42 and 58, 4.77 ERA, which isn't that good. Pitched about 500 games, 540 innings. He played with Philly, Cleveland, California, Yankees, Royals, Baltimore, and Arizona. His best year was probably the Royals. His ERA was like 3.02, 80 innings pitched. He pitched in the 99 Yanks. His ERA was good, like 3.6. That's the year I remember him the best. And he also won the World Series with the Yankees in 1999 and 2000. Postseason, 3 innings pitched, no runs. However, he faced 18 batters and gave up a combined 9 hits and walks. So I remember him shitting the bed and relying on a double play ball or something.
I was going to say 9 hits and walk. No runs?
No runs. Was the ground ball chopper fielded by Jeter flips? Yeah.
Checks the stitch.
Checks the stitch. He was traded for Kurt Schilling once. Now, he's famous for this. Well, he's famous for a couple things. When Albert Bell got caught with the cork bat, he crawled through the air conditioning system to get to the bat, grabbed it, uncorked it, threw it out, put another bat in its place, but the other bat had a different name on it. He got nailed anyway. And he also In the World Series against the Mets, he didn't pitch. This is how you know you suck. When you're a reliever in the World Series and you don't pitch, you stink.
Well, not necessarily, because I mean, if it's a dominant series, why call on the relievers?
It wasn't a dominant series.
Against the Mets?
Yeah.
We won that in 5 games. They won 1 game.
Yeah. The games were a lot closer than you think. Anyway, but he also got caught when you're in this era, you get caught in the Dave Sturcio steroid era.
Relax with that. Jesus Christ. I understand it's like not frowned upon as much anymore. But God, you don't have to just blurt it out. Like, look at this guy over here. Like, oh my God.
You don't do HGH.
No.
But he got caught in that. But he got caught in a report with the LA Times of totally ratting out Clemens and Pettit. But he always denied that, and so did Clemens. And it turns out the LA Times, just because he bought it from the same guy that used to train Pettit and Clemens, everyone assumed that they did it, and it really wasn't true. Although everybody now knows that Clemens and Pettit did do steroids, so everybody was lying.
I'm team legalize it across the board and just let people hit 500 fucking foot bombs every day, and then that just also means you're also going to throw fucking 106. So go ahead and try.
Well, So everybody thought he was a rat, that he wasn't a rat, but in the end, he was right about the potential rat, so no one knows the hell happened.
All right.
This is how you know your life's going shitty. You're out of the league, and a plane crashes into your house with your family home. No one in your family gets hurt, but there's bodies from the plane all over the house. Jesus Christ. He also, he made a decent buck, and at the end, about 10 years ago, he tried to kill himself with a gun. The cops came, and now he's not a preacher, but he teaches about suicide, and it's all good. He's doing okay. Jason Grimsley is no longer trying to kill himself, and he's helping people who do want to do that. So a major comeback from Jason.
You're out of pocket today. Holy Christ.
And that is it. Your friend and mine, Jason Grimsley, here on the back of the card. And it says
he likes fishing. All right, moving on.
It says he saved Joe Torre from unnecessary headaches because he came in and got lefties out of side.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
I remember him not being that good. He wasn't part of the problem, and he wasn't part of the winning either. So he's one of those guys. Now,
solid effort, Jay.
Patreon, we are still at 56. I got to give a shout out to Daryl Clark, Jeff Fulgione, and my sister. Now, Daryl Clark for sending us these unbelievably tasting cakes, but he failed to remind me that inside these huge cakes that look like a racetrack, there is something's getting me in here. There is a little plastic baby, of which my sister was almost swallowed it.
Well, that means good luck, I think.
It means good luck, so she'll have good luck.
I've only divulged about a quarter of it so far, and no baby.
I gave my sister some. I ate some. My next door neighbors, they had some. They were all over it.
My kids are all over that shit. I only had like a very small piece, and thank you, Daryl Clark. All that weight lost is now being put back on.
Now being put in, so it's part of the fat fuck thing. But a big shout out to Daryl for sending that to us, which is cool. And also to my sister.
But for you though, Jimmy, it's easy for you to explain like, oh, a fan of the show sent me this, right? For me, when it comes to my house, I'm like, Steph's like, where was this? I was like, it's from Daryl Clark. Oh, you know him? No. Where do you know him from? Well, he's a fan of the Jimmy Palumbo Show. So he sent it to you? I was like, well, I'm just as big of a part nowadays. So yeah. Fuck it. Like, it's the free goddamn cake. Just let it go. Like, just let's eat.
I know they think you got less sliced razor blades in it from the
right. Remember those times where they said watch that for candy? Has that ever been all right? I gotta ask because you're older than me. That's all. Never, right? And that's never been recorded as a crime in history of people, right?
No, let me tell you what it was. People like my mother would say, I'm going through the candy. You know what she did? She just took the candy and put it in her bedroom and kept it for herself and ate it. That's what all moms and dads do. I did that with Natalie. Natalie, no. You got to watch these Kit Kats.
Now we just call it a dad tax. That's all.
That's all. A little dad tax for no. Of course, you didn't buy the book yet. Did you not buy the book yet?
No. Every time I want to say like, hey, I'm hitting purchase right now, I get a call, and then I'll forget about it. And then
tell it, bro.
But it doesn't matter. You're sending me all the good ones anyway, so you're saving me $16 or whatever the fucking book costs. I don't know.
Get the book. But a shout out to my sister who was unbelievably helpful to me this week, but I'll get to that later on.
Okay. Open-ended. But all right.
I'll leave it because I don't want to talk about it now because we have a guest.
Yes.
But of course, I just want to give again a shout out to my Patreon members. Thank you very much. You're very important to me. If we hopefully we'll get some more, and then we what the fuck is going on? Someone's calling me. The people
Podcasting 101, everybody.
Podcasting 101. Shut your phone off. Not for me. Anyway, we have a special guest here today at Shea. And this is a fellow comic. He's been on the show before. His name is Christopher Guest. Look at me. I'm wiping my nose now. I'm a mess. I just bumped my fucking head.
Oh, what did I do? I hit the wrong one. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. Our fine guest here is your friend and mine, coming to you live from the inside of his car studio. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ryan Maher. How we doing, bud?
You know what, man? I thought I was having a rough couple months, but I'm doing much better than Jason Grimsley. So I'm glad to hear that. What's going on?
Now listen, Ryan and I have done shows. I guess we've done about 15, maybe. It seems that way anyway. And we'll be doing a show this Saturday at the River Rock in Tom's River, I believe that's where it is. And the number 732-840-1110.
No, it's in Brick.
Brick. Listen, you know what? Anybody who grew up above on the other side of the bridge, do you know that Tom's River and Brick Township go from New Jersey and it ends in Iowa? Like if you live on the western side of Brick, you're actually an Iowan. That's how it works. It's the largest county and region in the world.
It's in Brick and it's in Brick, and don't call them because it's already sold out. So we're already good. We're just
nice.
This is just to brag about it being sold out. So
nice.
Yeah.
The question is, I guess it's sold out because of Ryan Maher, not Jimmy Palumbo. But still, it's okay.
No, you know what? So funny enough, I did a show there about, I want to say like 15 years ago. And then they had a couple other comedians over the years done some stuff there. But I got approached about doing Valentines Day show. I was like, all right, we'll do a 3-headliner show pretty much. It's going to be you, Scott Brennan, myself. And they sold it out. I looked at the guest list. I maybe know like 8 names out of the over 100 that they sold. So I think it's just people wanting to come out, you know, so maybe some beer league fans, people with cabin fever. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it.
I think I do have some people that want to go on a shitty date on Valentine's Day.
Hey, Jimmy, you know, not for nothing. I was absolutely going to show up, and I really was. I was like, I'll take Steph. It'll be a good time. But Ryan just said it's sold out, so now I get the night off. We're good.
I'm sure we can get.
Well, the way that I wanted to market it. The way that I wanted to market it too was I said, you know, keep it available and open to everybody, right? So like, you know, people do Valentine's Day thing, the single women. There's couples that, you know, don't want to go just to have a sit down fancy dinner. They want to have a little bit of fun. So I feel like this kind of is the best of both worlds because by the time our show ends by 9:30, they can just go right out to the main area. There's going to be a DJ. So it's kind of a cool way to have everybody under one roof. And
Ryan, whenever we do a show, there's never a table full of single women. Everyone is over 50.
Oh, they are. There is. They just
stop booking shows through the Knights of Columbus, Jimmy. I mean, you know, what do you expect? You know, like, for sake. I'm Jimmy Palumbo. I'm the Bachelor. Let's feed the homeless.
Listen,
you know, like,
I could be a miserable prick when I do a show for sure. But you're not exactly a rosy excitement when you walk into the room at a show. You were at the last one in Seaside.
Well, can we give a context? You know,
I mean, not for nothing. I don't mean to cut you off, but the internet is just atrocious, Ryan. I don't know where you're sitting in the middle of Harlem or some shit, but like, Jesus Christ, get somewhere where we can fucking, God damn it. Like, I'm losing my mind here. I don't know how that's.
Are you in?
I'm outside my physical therapy office.
Go boost their fucking Wi-Fi.
Can you steal their Wi-Fi, or are you just on your cellular?
I'm on my Wi-Fi Chevrolet. It's a 2026 Trailblazer.
Yeah, well, guess what? You need a refund.
You're using a Wi-Fi from a Chevrolet dealership?
No, it's in his car. It's like he's using his
from my car. It's in my car.
Oh man.
Yeah, I told you. I had a point. Is that get any better now?
No.
How many bars?
How is it now?
How many bars?
You got?
Fucking what year is it?
I got 4
Tyson said, "Get out of the car." Like
Tyson saying, "Get out of the car, go in the cold."
That might actually work
Probably
out
one more
better.
thing.
But in any event, yes, I was.
Are we good now?
I don't know.
I guess we're
to
gonna
be
have
kicking
to
out,
go
kicking in.
with,
Yeah, you have Ryan. You have perfect internet for your boys at the demolition pod, but you can't help us out here. Like, come on.
You can't switch to a Wi-Fi from where you are. Is there a guest anywhere?
I was on Wi-Fi. I was on. Now I just switched to a different.
You can't go to cellular. What are you on, like Verizon? This is podcast.
Yeah, you want me to try data?
Yeah, I don't care what you try.
I told you that.
Right now, you got your black head. You look like Egghead, and I can't hear you.
Yeah, it's bad.
How's that? Switch it over.
I don't know until he started do audio only. Joe Cinecor said just take your fucking camera off. He said,
"Hey, this is called a technical advisor show."
Tyson said he was on Y, not Wi-Fi, just the Y. That's fucking funny. See, Tyson again.
Our fans are funnier than we are. Yes. Well, you know what? Listen, Dave is a big time technical advisor. He gave me this advice before the show today. He said, "Jimmy, the further you are away from the mic, the worse it'll sound." I was like, "No way." I was on the phone with Sweetwater Audio for 2 hours. No one told me that.
I went to broadcasting school for this shit. Okay, don't fucking tell me nothing. There goes Ryan. He's out.
Hey, Ryan, can you hear us now?
Hey, welcome back.
I have it now. Good.
It's brutal. It's brutal. So, hey, listen, man. I don't know what time your physical therapy appointment is, but it might be a lost cause for another day. I don't know, man.
You're
all right. I can hear you guys fine. So
yeah, I know, but on our end, it's
got to go.
No, it's all good.
Sorry about that, man. I don't know.
We'll talk to you later, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That sucks.
Well, that's how that goes. From now on, new rule: when someone says I'll do it from my car, I have to say no, you can't.
Well, because there's been plenty of people that have done podcasts from their car. It's just that sometimes the Wi-Fi is just dog shit, and it's just the way it is. But yeah. So anyway, thanks, Ryan, for coming on board.
Thanks, Ryan.
We can't do nothing about that, and
we can't even sell the show because it's already sold out.
Well, there you go. So that kind of worked out. But I was there. What really intrigued me was that yesterday I saw him post, and he was like, I have a lot to say. And I'm like, oh, good. We got some fucking juice behind this shit. And then, can't do shit. Of course. I can see him in the green room now, and it's still fucking fuzzy. So it's like I'm trying to there's only so much I can do on my end, unfortunately. But anyway.
Of course, in the pre-podcast show, I had to listen to you guys talking about wrestling, which that was the most exciting 2 minutes of my life right there. I knew nothing of what you were talking about. You had
the crowd that 80s Wrestling Con had at your shows, buddy. Like, I saw the crowd. I was like, see, and that would be right up your alley, actually. Something like an 80s Wrestling Con. Like, the guy's name is Tommy Fierro, and he runs these.
Was Chief Jay Strongbow there? And,
I don't even know if he's still alive, but like, I doubt he's still alive. But like, he puts on these big fucking not seminars, fucking like conventions,
right?
And like all the 80s guys come out. So for me, like, I saw a lot of the clips. I didn't go, but like I saw a lot of clips. I'm like, oh my god, it's this guy. Oh my god, it's that guy. Like, you get excited about shit. But yeah, I mean, he does a great job.
Speaking of Comic Cons and wrestling cons, I got to give a shout out to the Karate Kid, Mr. Ralph Macchio. Because, which did I send you the picture? Probably didn't.
You did not.
I thought I did. Anyway,
and I said, send me the picture and we'll use it for the show. And you're like, all right.
I got to give. So what happened was, one of our fans, Daryl Clark, the Tysons and the Hogans, was going to one of those Comic Cons, and Ralph Macchio was going to be there. So I thought it was so great that he was going to bring like beer league shit for him to sign instead of Cobra Kai and everything else. And so what ended up happening is, like, I texted Ralph. I said, listen, my boy Daryl Clark may show up, try to show him some love. And he's like, Jimmy, it could be a shit show. I don't know. Because go up to the handler and tell him exactly, just tell him to do his thing. And so we ended up getting him in there, and Ralph skipped the 2-hour line, took a photograph with him, signed everything, total perfect day.
That's pretty fucking cool.
And, I don't know why things are ringing here. I don't know what. It's Mark DiCarlo chiming in. I think Mark wants to be a guest.
Well, first of all, this is also another history-making show. Not only is Ryan Maher's Wi-Fi horrific, we also have Janine watching live for the first time maybe ever. She usually catches up like 3 or 4 days later.
Yes,
so the fact that she's tuning in right now means that something's important.
Now, I can tell you right now, this is a show that my brother will watch or listen to like 4 days from now, and he'll be saying, "What the fuck are you doing? What a shitty show!" But sometimes the most planned shows go off the rails. So you know what we're going to do? Let's talk about a little unknown sport called the NFL. Maybe there's some listeners out there who are aware of that. I don't know why my buddy Mark DiCarlo is continually calling me. He knows I'm live.
His wife is literally watching.
I know. So I don't know what you're doing, Mark. You're calling me, and you know I'm doing the show. Okay. Oh, my God. Mark, please. What are you doing? It's coming through my phone. Stop.
Oh, this is fun.
Oh my God, this is the worst technical show I've ever done in my life.
And you know what? Not for nothing, everybody. You're probably seeing that logo at the top of your screen. It's called Chop Studios. That's the producing of this show. Anything that Jimmy's going through right now has nothing to do with the quality of my studio. What you see behind you is a fantastic state-of-the-art studio. But hey, go ahead.
I will tell you that I did try to make, I got the little, it looks a little nicer. I tried to do that. So I did do my prep. Except I have friends like Ryan Maher and Mark DiCarlo who just don't fucking get it. Stay the fuck out of my way here at Shea. But I love them anyway. So let's talk about Super Bowl Sunday. I will say, I'll open up with this. John Frusciante once said, professional football in America is a special game, a unique game. A game played nowhere else on earth. The men who play it make it that way. So, what do? Let's get a guy who's going to sing in Spanish without no subtitles for 15 minutes. Now, I've been telling people on the side about this. Let me tell you something about generational talent, okay? In 1927, when radio came out and Al Jolson and Bing Crosby were coming over that radio, there was some 50-year-old guy going, "The hell is that? Play the guitar yourself, for Christ's sake," right? And in the 50s, when Elvis came out, there was some sick, that rock and roll, it's going to ruin America. And then the Beatles came out, and people thought that was, anybody older than the music thinks that music sucked. And rock and roll came out, and then disco came out, and people were like, I want to listen to The Who and Led Zeppelin, not this bull. So that's been going on since the beginning of time. Bad Bunny is a huge star. The kids, my daughter listens to it, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I'm old, not my thing. However, my biggest complaint about this was I was watching the Super Bowl with only about 7 or 8 people, okay? And this halftime show comes on, and the guy's singing in Spanish. Okay, he's a Spanish singer. I get it. It's not like Andrew Bocelli, though, singing in Italian, some opera from 500 years ago. He's singing in Spanish. Here's the worst part. Oh, did you hear his after it was over, I go on Facebook, and everybody's like, oh, his message. I'm like, really? Well, there's 300 million English-speaking people in America. It's about 50 million Spanish. Nobody knew his message. There was no message.
Well, his message you did if you spoke Spanish.
If you spoke Spanish. So he had the biggest opportunity to if you're going to have that's like saying, oh, I only listen to Bob Dylan, but it's only in Zimbabwe language. What? If you're going to do a message, so the message is only to the people who speak Spanish?
No, I don't think.
Huge mistake. Nobody knew what the hell he was talking about. Even at the end with the flags all over the place. I saw flags from other countries. He could have been saying, it didn't matter. Most of the people that were watching that game did not know what he was saying if you don't know Spanish. I wish I knew Spanish, but I don't. So your dad? Was your dad going, oh, great. Your dad,
my dad, first of all,
he was at Turning Point. I know. He was over there. But that's not my point.
They're like, and that'll do it for the fur hat. And he was like, he's like, where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. Where is it? And I'm like, I don't know. It's on this. It's on that. He finally found it. And look.
I'm not being political here at all. I'm just saying, if you're going to, I'll tell you what we're going to do. This is the way that I'll end my argument here and I'll win easy. Next year in the NFL playoffs, all radio broadcasts and television broadcasts are only going to be done in Spanish. That's it. Only Spanish. No more. No. No Al Michaels. It's going to be like, all you're going to hear is common first names. That's it. All Spanish the whole time. Are we going to enjoy that? No. So why should we have a halftime show? We don't know what the hell the guy's saying, and he's doing a message now, which I learned on social media. His message was pretty good. Love, keep love, and all that stuff. But during the show, you shouldn't have to. It's like saying, "Oh, I read a book, but it was so good, but I didn't really understand it, so I had to go to my history professor, and he told me what the book was about. And I read the whole book. What? It's stupid. It was You couldn't throw in at least. I mean, Lady Gaga had half a cup of coffee she had with a little English there, but he lost a tremendous opportunity to use. He could have done some Spanish stuff. I don't. That's fine, but his message also should have been in English. That's my point. People may disagree with me, but hey.
Well, all right. So first of all, leading into the Super Bowl was my gripe about the whole thing, and that's all, like leading in the shoving it down our throats of who he was going to like. There was so many rumors about what was going to happen. Like, oh my God, like he's on the biggest stage. He's going to pull off this crazy shit and make everybody go nuts. Right now, if you're a far, far, far away extreme right wing, you will try to nitpick something. Sure. And honestly, I think those people are the dumbest on the planet right now, because what
I don't want to see. I don't want to get to right or left.
Listen, hear me out. What he did was he went out there and he put on a performance as if he was in his home country. He's not gonna change for any. The NFL said this is the guy we want, right? And then he made a joke a couple months back, says, I'm doing the whole thing in Spanish, so everybody better learn it before they hear me, right? And everybody was like, oh, I don't know about that. He did it anyway, right? He did it anyway. And look, everybody was prepared for this thing to just blow up and be the biggest abomination of all time. Now, I will say, which music do I prefer? I prefer the music that was on the other channel, right? I didn't have to, first of all, and the people that were making announcements on like social media, like, oh, I'm watching this one and not that one. Like, you're a loser too. But like, right. I want to say that he did his thing, right? Some people had laughs about it. I think McAfee had one of the better tweets, and it was so simple. He's like, man, how cool would it be if I knew Spanish?
But see, that's for my argument. Oh, how cool would it be if I could listen to this guy's message?
Not everything is going to cater. Now, here's the thing. Last year, Kendrick Lamar was the listen. Last year,
people speak English.
It doesn't matter, Jimmy. You're missing the point. Kendrick Lamar last year was the halftime show. I personally like Kendrick Lamar's rap. I do.
Again, I don't know. I don't care about his music, but that's generational.
But hear me out. When it was over, I looked at my dad and he goes, I didn't understand one word. And it was all English, right? So like, is like it. I think that Bad Bunny trolled everybody. I really do. Like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I think he said all this shit going in.
Then, like, if you're going to do that, I don't care about your message. What you're saying is
the message was simple. The message was simple, man. The message was fucking simple. He went out there, he did his fucking thing. He showed us a football that said, love everybody, love America. He said, God bless America in English. So please, if anybody has complaints about this shit, you are so far gone.
I complain. I'm gone. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, because it's 2026. What the fuck are we doing? Like, you have to get with the times.
Speak English.
Like, listen.
Speak English.
Here's the thing. If Molly Hatchet came on stage, if Molly Hatchet came on stage and said, you know what, not for nothing, guys, we have all these classics, and Jimmy's like, yeah, here we go. They're gonna fucking sing the classics, and then he stops and goes, but over the last year, we learned Polish. So here we go. And they start rocking in Polish. You're going to be like, what the fuck? But then you're also going to be like, I know the song. So the same people complaining about the Spanish fucking things, right? Like, you can't speak Spanish. You're not supposed to listen. I don't know what the fuck is going on. The same people are the same people doing the fucking Macarena at every fucking way.
Okay. First of all, okay, but there's no message in the Macarena. Okay. It's just a fun song. You dance.
You missed the message. That's the problem.
The only way when you have to find out about a message from some asshole on Facebook, you failed as a performer. If you're trying to do a message. Anyway, God bless. Here's another thing. Probably by Friday, we will not remember this Super Bowl nor the halftime show.
You're
It'll be gone because the Super Bowl was so shitty. And we'll talk about the game now.
you're breaking up too, Jimmy. I don't know what the hell your problem. Your internet too.
It's like blame you. My internet is good.
I
got the gigabyte. I got the gigabyte. Maybe it could just be the world. Who the hell knows? Listen, the Super Bowl was really boring. My God, the Seahawks were just kicking the shit out of the Patriots. Patriots. You know what? Everybody said they didn't play anybody. They didn't play a decent quarterback. And you know what it looked like? They didn't play anybody. They didn't play. And May looked awful. The weird thing was Darnold didn't have a good game either. Just defensively, the Seahawks dominated. I thought the play calling with 8 minutes to go, it looked like Vinny Boombots from Atlantic City went over to the coach of the Seahawks and said, hey, coach, they have no chance of winning.
Anybody else not understanding a word Jimmy's saying? Because it feels like the halftime show all over again. Is anybody else getting that vibe or no? Or am I just fucking?
It's broken up that bad?
Oh, dude, it's almost worse than Ryan Maher. Like, I don't even know. Right. Like, I don't know what people are hearing out there. And
I hear you good. But
I know because I pay for good internet. Now I do.
So do I. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Bottom line is, I thought the Seahawks tried to give the game away by throwing sideline out patterns.
Oof.
What are you doing? The only thing you can't. Anyway, the game was boring. They got their ass kicked. You know what's great? I'm wearing the hat 18-1. You know where that's from? Patriots, man. I realize they lose a lot of. Have they now tied for the?
No, teams? They set the record.
4, right? 4 losses, or is it 5?
6.
No, they have 6 losses.
Oh no, 5. So. No, yeah, they've been 4. To 11. So yeah, I was listening to that today, the other day. I'm like, wait a minute. So they lost to the Bears. 20% of the Super Bowls. Like what?
They lost to the Bears, the Giants twice, the Eagles. Yeah, and now it's 5. So they've lost more Super Bowls than any team, which is incredible. And you know what? Losing, and this is for all fans out there. When your team loses in a Super Bowl, it sucks. Trust me. I was at the Giant Raven.
I've never seen a loss. My father has. I have.
You weren't old enough chewable foods last time the Cowboys won it. So
I was fucking 10. Relax. Like,
yeah, well, you weren't eating meat then, so you were eating like
still not eating meat. The fucking.
Now let's talk about another fun thing. First of all, that unnecessary field goal at the end of the half cost me $350. I had 6-0. It pissed me off. But the best thing is the conversation we had before the game when I found out about Dave Sturcho's unique pool that he was in. Why don't you tell us about the pool you were in?
Now, mind you, I was in 8 pools, right? And most of them were like to help people raise funds, this, that, and the third. Not that too crazy. I got one $50 pool, and I was like, man, I would really love to hit that one. But then my friend from high school, Jess, she puts out like, hey, I got a couple more boxes left in this pay by the minute pool. And I'm like, pay the minute? What the fuck? And I'm like, hey, I'll take box 85. Year I was born. I was like, I'll take box 85 if it's available. And she's like, yep, you're in. I said, okay. I said, so explain this to me like I'm 5. I've never done anything like this before. She goes, well, it pays out every minute. And I said, well, I don't understand. So she broke it down to me as if like, all right, let's just say you have 0-0 and it goes scoreless for 5 minutes and it pays $50 a minute. You're $250 richer right there without doing anything. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, so shitty if you have bad numbers, great if you have something that sticks around a little bit. And I was like, all right, fine. I got a call that or a text that night. She goes, I really like when people that I know land the good numbers. And I was like, yeah, I know. What does that mean? She sends me the box thing. Bang. I got 0-0. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So I called my brother. It was like 9:45. I was like, I don't care if you're sleeping or not. I was like, Danny, I was like, we got 0-0. He's like, get the hell out of here. I was like, I know. So now the big hiccup is it's got to be scoreless for a long period of time.
Right.
So now I told Jimmy, being Jimmy, goes, it's great. Unless, they run the opening kickoff back. And I was like, I'm like, no. Why are you putting that into the universe? Then I'm talking to my dad. Same thing. I go, Dad, believe this? I got this. He goes, wow, man, that's unreal. Unless they run the opening kickoff back. And I'm like, stop. Everybody stop.
Of course, you only got 3 minutes.
I got 3 minutes, $150 doing nothing. But the best part was, Jimmy, and I didn't tell you this part. My brother is a big hedge your bet type guy, right? So he puts $10 on both first touchdown score goes to the Seattle defense and special teams or the Patriots special teams. So if they would have run the kickoff back, we would have got paid out $350.
There you go. All right.
So we were just like, all right, spend a couple bucks over here to make sure that this shit don't happen. But I tell you what, the person who had like 3-0, that lasted like the whole first quarter.
Yeah, I think they won like $400.
So after I was done and they kicked that field goal, I'm like, that person cleaned up.
Right.
But those pools. They get your heart racing the entire time.
You know what? Next year, when you get that call, I want to go in on that. I think that's great. I made 10 Super Bowl bets. I went with points in the first 6 minutes to bust your balls. I won that one.
Saw that.
I won score in the final 2 minutes of the half. I won that bet, but it busted me in another pool. 2-point conversion attempt. I won that one. I also won Walker having over 50 yards. That was easy. I also made a shitty bet that May and Darnold in each quarter would throw for 15 yards. That was a terrible bet. I also had Walker and how do you say his name? Najiba. I had him both scoring TDs. That was a bust. And the first drive, I had that someone was going to throw over 5 yards. I got that. I had May under 225 yards, which I had almost the whole game until the last quarter. And I bet on heads on the coin toss and Seattle -4.5. So I won 7 out of 10, which isn't that bad. I thought the game, it was boring, man. You forget now with all the, it just was, it was just a bitch slapping. It was, I guess the Patriots, and people are funny, like, well, the Patriots they'll be back again. I'm like, yeah, everybody said that about Dan Marino. You don't go back. When you get there, man, you gotta cash in. It's really, but listen, they technically, both teams had the best seasons. I think they were both 3 losses. So God bless.
Seattle was plus 6,500 to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year. So wow, anything can happen. And then the odds came out the other day, and the Cowboys are plus 3,500. So I was like, wait, so you're telling me the Cowboys next year have a better chance that, Seattle's next year's odds are that they're going to repeat, but but I'm like, we have better odds going into next year than Seattle did going into this year. So it's kind of,
when I hear bets like that, you know what I always want? I wish there was a way to find this out. Like, how many assholes from Seattle took a trip to Vegas, a douchebag 25-year-old kid goes by some sports bar and is like, hey, I'm going to throw $100 on the Seahawks. What the fuck? 6,500 to what? Like, there's got to be a ton of people that did that. I know I used to do it with the Giants. I only threw $20.
I think Keith Ernst is that kind of guy. He'll throw $100 on the Cowboys every year just because see where the odds are. And if you get paid out, shit, you could buy a fucking house.
I know you could do everything online now, but it's funny when you're at the casino, you're walking by and going, it's not, and especially if it's like middle of April, you're not even in football mode, and all of a sudden you're like, I throw $100 down, you get to talk shit over a scotch.
Brett Ernst, who lives in Vegas, right? Lives in Vegas. He goes, there's nothing like walking up to the cage to place a bet, right? Instead of doing, I'm like, yeah, but I got it all at my fingertips. He's like, yeah, no, it's that old school, like,
Totally agree with him.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to the racetrack at the Meadowlands, that shitty, filthy place. It's when you go up to the lady, she's got, back in the day, they had that shitty. This is another public service announcement. Does anybody remember how low tech the computers used to be at the Meadowlands race? It looked like one of those like Apple II GSs. It was like green lettering. You didn't feel like anything was going in right. Now it's all computerized, but back in the day. But so listen, I didn't win, but also let's give a shout out to your dad and stepmom. They won how much in the
$2,475. And you know what? They had no prayer, just based off the way the game was playing out, right? I said whatchamacallit drops back to pass, pick 6, and I'm like, wait, I was like, so then I'm like, Dad, don't you have this? And he's like, yeah, and I was like, all right. So now, not mind you, like, I'm like, all right,
a lot of money
gonna happen. And then they drive down, and I said, look, and this costs a lot of people money, and I'm sorry that people lost money on this, but like when the Patriots scored that garbage touchdown, the book says go for 2 to go within 14. Now the problem is there's only 2 minutes left, so therefore you have no prayer at actually do. You got to recover 2 onside kicks. You got to do all this other shit. I'm like, there's no shot. So I was like, Dad, they're going to go for 2 because that's what the book tells you. And if you stop the 2, you're going to win. And then, of course, they still had to sweat it out anyway because they got the ball back. But yeah,
that's a lot of money, to win on a pool. Shit, that's awesome. So I'm glad
I think the box was $200. No, yeah, maybe $50. I don't know what it was, but it was. Yeah, they cashed in. And you know what's so funny? I'm so happy for him, and I really am. We were elated. I was bourboned up, so I was like, this is amazing. Like, I was like, so when I got home, I looked at Steph and I was like, she's like, well, you won $150. I was like, yeah. No, I'm pumped. I was like, why is it that, the people with the most money always win these kinds of things?
Well, first of all, you know what I would have done?
And I'm like sitting here like, I'm making it rain when I got 150. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm going to Sizzler. But like, like fixed income or not, they're all right. They're doing fine. Like I don't know if they needed that $2,400, but hey, we're going to Great Wolf Lodge in a couple of weeks, so like it'll be fun.
If I were you, I would have started angling. Well, Dad, you could maybe throw a couple dollars to the kids, get a grand. I would have played the grandkid card immediately upon finding out they won $2,400. Trying to get some money out of them. But anyway, well, since the Patriots were chasing miracles, it's time for the people to get the shit your body needs by going to chasingmiracles.com. Go talk to Tommy and Donna. It's all kinds of stem cell patches. Chasing miracles, shit your body needs. They're non-invasive. This stuff works. She's sending me a bunch of water packets that they sell and other products that they sell. She's sending me a bunch of stuff this week. She wants to make sure that I'm hydrating while I'm on this step-bound stuff, which we're going to get to in a moment. So go to chasingmiracles.com and check out all the cool stuff. They are fans of the show, fans of ours, and fans of me for a while, Tommy and Donna. So on Tuesday, I made my announcement that I was on the Zepbound. Dave, everybody online saying it's you, not me. They hear me clear. So I don't know what to tell you. Am I breaking up again?
I can't hear anything. So this is like insane now. This is getting to the point where, and I just looked online real quick just to see if it was working. And it looks like you're clear everywhere else. So it's like, right. I don't really know.
If it sucks, it sucks anyway. Maybe this whole show is
fucking believable.
Anyway. Well, we'll talk about what happened to me so Tuesday we do the show and I announced that I'm taking the shots. I lost 30 pounds and, but I had a crazy day. I had the carpet guy was here. I had this, that, and the other thing. I had to get to a lawyer appointment with my mother. She's working on her, finances and all that stupid shit. And then I had to come home. I ran and then I was just all over the place. I only had a cup of coffee and you're supposed to hydrate a lot when you're on the shot. So I didn't eat anything. Probably had a few cocktails the night before. I go out to dinner. We go to a place with seafood, one of those Spanish seafood places, and it's good stuff. I got the seafood paella here, Shay. And all of a sudden, just after dinner, I'm like, I feel like shit, maybe indigestion. And I went, sometimes when you take the shot, you get a little indigestion, like common. I've been on this thing for 5 months. Well, around 11 o'clock, that'll do it here from the Omni in Atlanta. I started to throw up and diarrhea. I was a mess all through the night, all through the day. And next thing you know, it's about 7 o'clock at night on Wednesday, 24 hours of literally shittiness. And I felt these pains across my body. And I'm like, am I having like a heart attack? Am I going down here? Like, how many timeouts we got left? I'm like, I needed to talk it over here. Of course, I call everybody. No one's picking up the phone except my sister, who's an hour away, which is why I gave her a shout out, Patreon. Finally, she's like, take an Uber. I'm like, it's never going to get here. So what do? I dialed 911. I was like, something's wrong here, right? So the cop comes first, all right? So he walks in the door and he starts calling me Jimmy. Now I got the beer league poster up and all it looks like a little studio here, whatever. And meanwhile, All I was worried about is like, am I going to throw up or shit on this cop's shoes when he enters my condo? I mean, that's all you're worried about, right?
Right.
So he starts calling me Jimmy. I'm like, he looks at me. I said, do I know you? He goes, yeah, Jimmy, I played in the Mawa softball league with you last year. I said, oh, yeah. I said, yo, you're a good hitter. He goes, yeah, you.
Well, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, then he looks at me and goes, you guys, I played third base. You tore me up. I think you got three hits past my glove side. I was like, I know. I led the league in hitting last year. He goes, yeah, I know. You were on fire. And then so I'm laughing at that. Then the next guy comes in, the EMT guy. He comes in, and I know him from Ramsey. And he's like, Jimmy, what's up? You doing stand-up with it? I'm like, I said, guys, I don't know if I'm going to shit or throw up in your face. So next thing you know, which was really cool, I didn't know this, 2 8-year-old girls from the Mawa Rescue Squad walk in. Okay, you can't believe how young these EMS people are. They look like they were younger than my daughter. I'm like, and they walk in. Okay, sir, can you please sit down? Take a breath. They're taking my vitals, and I'm looking. I'm thinking. All I'm thinking about is I thought it was embarrassing to shit on a cop's shoes. Now I'm gonna puke or shit on a little 12. I guess they were 19, 20, but they look 12 to me. I'm like, oh my God, this is brutal. He takes all my vitals, and then they're like, hey, do you think you should go to the hospital? I'm like, yeah, I don't feel right. I got pains all over not my chest, but my lower body and stomach. Next thing you know, my sister meets me at the hospital. I go to the hospital. By the way, ambulance rides suck. Everybody thinks it's like cozy and it's nice. It's like being I felt like I was on a cattle drive. It's awful. And I get to the hospital, and right away, everybody when you're not when you only have like a stomach virus or whatever, everybody looks way sicker than you. You almost feel a little guilty. Like, no, take care of that guy. He looks like shit. Or, hey, take care of that old lady. She looks like shit. But then you realize, I looked in the mirror. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I look like shit. And so they gave me IVs, blah, blah, blah. And they couldn't really figure it out. Next thing you know, but my sister totally drove up, got me back home. So she was MVP of the series. I lost 5 pounds in 2 days. So now I was down to like 180, which means I lost 36 pounds. Peppers and eggs. There you go. Game day reference right there. So I don't know what it is. I bounced back.
And look, I am not the spokesperson of like what to do with your body, right? Because I'm just not. But this is the kind of shit that worries me about the things like the stuff that you're taking. It's I understand that the problem is it's brand new and nobody really knows down the line of anything that could possibly happen. I knew a girl that was on it that literally was like, I just feel like I want to throw up every day, all day.
That's the thing. Like, I would tell you, hey, dude, you lose weight, but it sucks. Wasn't that way for me at all.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of things out there, including, there's a little shot, a little Shotsky that everybody took in 2020. But like, it's like one of those things. I was like, you don't know, you just don't know. And I just hope to God that it's just not something that's like that in 10 years when we're doing episode 496, you're like, it turns out that stuff that I did, it kills 5% of the community. It's like, oh, good. I'm glad you made it by.
Listen, but I still think it was some kind of bug, or you know what? I had mussels and clams and
it could be bad fish.
So
dirty broad.
Yeah, dirty broad. But no, it was brutal. But you know what? I'll tell you what, we'll find out because I'm going into maintenance now, so I only take the shot every 2 weeks. So my next shot will be next Tuesday, so I'm skipping a week. And I'll let you know, like on Tuesday, I'll be drinking. I'll be like you with that gallon of water, like a jerk off right there on that.
I'm the jerk off, but I'm not also shitting my pants either. So I'm good.
God, it was just but it was about 5. Now I was down to like 180. Come on, it's 36 pounds. First of all, I look in the mirror. I think I look like shit, but I don't know. I'm just not used to myself being. I gotta go to Kohl's and buy shitty pair of jeans that fit.
Well, you missed a really good one. You could have. Joe Cinecor said you didn't waste another pair of Italian sock. Huh?
Tell you what, I would have gone through my entire wardrobe if I had to use. When you're sick like that, it's so bad. But you know what? Listen, I regrouped. I got the win. Now we can talk about other positive things. Now, speaking of shit, let's talk about shitty carpets. Which means you got to go to Oxy Magic USA. A big shout out to Tom DeMeo and Natalie for Oxy Magic. They came. My carpets are awesome.
I'm Brian from Oxy Magic, and I'm cleaning your filthy carpets.
I love it. That's totally a great ad now. And so that was awesome. They claim my carpets are clean. So go to Oxy Magic USA. That's OXY Magic USA. They clean. They get dry in about 3 hours. And the place doesn't smell and stink. It's awesome. And he got 80% or 85% of my olive oil stain from my renovation, which my mother really liked, which is cool. Which is that. Now, we have to, and another negative, we have to about Rutgers. Listen, Rutgers basketball, we stink. Terrible. I don't know how we were in the game against Michigan State and then we got smoked by other teams. It's just awful. But and the president finally kind of opened up his mouth and said, this budgeting thing you're reading about, losing all this money, it's not what you think it is. And so he kind of clarified a couple of things. He was like, if you want to do it that way, a lot of teams lose money. But we should be fine in a couple of years. I think they got to win. They got to capture. This area is not a college town. And in order to win, you got to capture the the New Jersey public, the tri-state area. You got to win more. Simple as that. As Dave goes away from me here. Yeah, Rutgers is just in a bad way right now. But their wrestling team beat Minnesota, which I think is incredible. Dave, you came back. That's nice. But listen, the other, I think the second biggest news story, sports in America. I don't know. I know you don't follow this, but have you watched what Penn State wrestling has been doing to teams? Dude,
No.
They wrestled Michigan the other day, and it was a shutout until the heavyweight match. And the heavyweight match, the Michigan guy is the best wrestler in the country for Michigan. And he won 3-2 against a freshman on Penn State. This wrestling team, they never lose. And the matches guys casually win 15-2, 11-2, 10-0, 10-1. It's unbelievable. What is this? Oh yeah. That's so funny. I got Will Pena hitting a quick three. But no, I think the Penn State wrestling story is just incredible. Anyway, someone out there, if you want, Google it. It's like, oh my God. And the Big Ten in wrestling is the best conference by far. Rutgers is really good in wrestling. And they're 15th in the country, but they're 10th in the Big Ten. It's nuts. But hopefully, when we get ready we now switch into baseball mode now as pitchers and catchers, I believe. Is it 2 weeks or is it? Oh, it's today. Pitchers and catchers today. I was reading. I got very sad reading my New York Post this morning. They're talking about storylines for the Mets and Yankees, and nowhere was number 27 for the New York Yankees, Giancarlo. He's not even other than he might hit 500 home runs. I don't understand this. Giancarlo Stanton will have the biggest year he's ever had with the Yankees this coming year. I'm feeling it. As soon as you doubt Giancarlo, you cannot do that. The Yankees are going into the season with the same friggin' roster. We're going to get the same results. We'll make the playoffs and shit the bed to play. That's my prediction.
I mean, if they get Garrett Cole going, we're going to have Cole and Fried at the top.
Yeah,
that's
you know what?
nice.
He's like the Lindsey Vaughn of starting pitchers.
Oh, Jesus. Shitty joke, man. My God. That was terrible.
Well, what do you mean? I go on stage, people say break a leg. So,
yeah, I know. But, her dreams were just crushed. But anyway, but
the second stringer, she couldn't have gotten on there. That's another thing. I don't think she should have raced, but I guess she's.
I don't think so either. My dad was the one to tell me. He's like, she's on the torn ACL. I said, what? I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing? I love my country, but Jesus Christ.
No, I know, but I always think, isn't there the backup skier? Don't they have backups?
You would think that they're good, but they're probably no Lindsey Vaughn.
I know, but she's 41 with a torn ACL. So if
She's
you're the
41?
backup, if you're the backup for Lindsey Vaughn, you should quit. How'd you make out in the 2025? Well, I didn't make it. I was second string. Lindsey Vonn, who was 41 with a torn ACL, and she blew into the gate. I don't know why. For some reason, I always think it's like, shouldn't the other? I guess they're so. I know she's a dominant, one of the greatest skiers of all time, but I don't know. Isn't that weird? Don't think. I don't know how. Maybe the Olympics work a different way. You either got.
I don't know, but 2028, boy, men's flag football coming at you. Can't wait.
They're gonna have flag football as a sport. See, why do you need to tell me that at the end of the show?
Because it's called a cliffhanger.
Okay. So, here's Jimmy Palumbo.
Are you going to be okay if they speak Spanish or anything like that? Or are you going to be like,
unless there's having a message that's going to make me feel good.
Oh my God.
You can't have a message where more than 3/4 of the American public don't hear the message. It's so obvious to me.
I'm going to leave that. I'm just
tell you what, when he goes on the Tonight Show, he speaks English. How about that?
Not for nothing. Listen, I'm not Italian.
With another three.
I'm Italian. Do you think I'm going to go out and just be like, you know what? Today I'm going to broadcast an entire show in Italian. You know what I mean? But I'm not. But if he's feeling, you know what? I can't.
Feeling what? But he's.
Listen. I'm the one guy that was like from base summers. I was against this whole fucking thing. I really was. For not against it, I was just like, you know what, dude, I'm just whatever. It's out of my. Fuck, am I gonna do? But like when I saw it and it happened, first of all, shout out to the ageless and timeless Ricky Martin. My God, still looks a fucking.
Ricky Martin is still hitting threes.
But like, I just let it go. Just like, you can't say anything good about this. It's just not gonna. I don't know.
I know I'm right. I would love to.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. Far right on this one.
I'm not a far
on this one. You are on this one. You are. You are.
I want. You know what? I was dying to hear his message, but he did it in a different language, so I had to find out on Instagram.
You're hard to read in too, huh? When he stuck the football in your face and it actually said something.
By the way, no.
Can't fucking read, Jimmy.
I watch foreign films. They got subtitles. How come no subtitles? They could have done that.
You're right. They could have.
But they chose not to. It was stupid. And by the way, if you think I'm the only one that thinks this,
I'm not. No,
and there's some people on the left.
I just said I know who thinks this way. I got it.
We're at Shea. Anyway, well, listen. The bottom line is, you know what? I do got to give a shout out. The Knicks have played decent basketball. I've been hard on the Knicks the last couple of weeks. They came back and played well.
Somebody said they were going to be okay. Can't figure it out. One of the hosts on this show. Oh, there.
I think it was maybe Dave. Yes. Listen, I agree. The bottom line is I'll stick to my prediction. They will not do as well as last year because they were 1 quarter away from going to the finals. So, no, the Knicks have actually stepped up and played well. You know why I think it is? Because they were reading the paper every day going, oh, my God.
Well, that will spark a team to come together. Like, let's just say that, like, and I don't know how they feel, but like, let's just say Brunson and Cat are like best buddies now. Nobody knows, right? Like, we don't really know, but like every single article, and Brunson's reading this shit like, damn, dude, they're fucking why they won't stop talking about trading. And then like Cat's got to feel a certain way, like, damn, dude, I just got here. You want to trade me already because they're having a bad run? So then they come together, they have a meeting together, and they're like, you know what? Fuck everybody else. They had the Jake Taylor. I guess there's only one thing left to do. Win the whole fucking thing. So
I'm a Knick fan. I'll suffer with him to the very end.
Suffer.
In showbiz news, The new Game of Thrones finally came around and got interesting. It took like 4 or 5 episodes, but it got good the last couple of times. And also I watched, tell you what, I've always been a huge fan of Ethan Hawke.
Same.
He's in a movie, not for everybody. I doubt you'll like it. He plays Larry Hart, which was part of the famous Broadway Rodgers and Hart, which they did like 45 plays in the 20s and 30s. Huge hits, like songs like Blue Moon, which is the name of the movie. But the acting that he does in this movie, it's all him. It's like dialogue after dialogue after dialogue. It's really interesting as a performance piece. As a movie, it's not for everybody, for sure. I think Broadway aficionados are going to appreciate the references in there from the early 30s and 40s. It's on the opening night of Oklahoma, which his partner for years finally switched off of him and wrote Oklahoma with Hammerstein. But I'm like, wow, that's Ethan Hawke. He looks older, the way they had him look and everything. He's really good in it.
He's get up there in age, no?
I think he could win it, the Academy Award. I don't know. I didn't watch all the movies yet. I'm in the middle of screening all of them. But certainly,
you know what you know what I got into, and I don't know why it took me this long. And I put it on Twitter, and people are like, "Dude, where you been?" And I told my parents about it on Super Bowl Sunday, and they're like, "Dude, it gets Animal Kingdom on Netflix."
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet. I have no.
Damn, dude, and a bunch of guys that you're gonna say like, "Oh, I know that guy." Oh, yeah, no, I know that guy, but nobody like no heavy hitters yet, at least for me. But the mom or I think they call her Smurf. Deep speed for like age 60 something. You know what I mean?
You like those slot receivers?
She shows up in the kitchen like, who wants pancakes? And I'm like, me. Like, I want pancakes.
I love when you get a veteran actress who's not afraid to go over the middle into the heart of the defense.
Yeah.
When you get a veteran actress who does a down and in right in front of Mike Singletary, you're like, you know what? She's ready to go.
She's the Wayne Corbett, not afraid to go across the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right.
Never had a concussion.
Right. Or if they did, then nobody talked about it.
Of course, there's no Landman on right now, so I'm a little.
It's over. I know.
I'm in search of any good show, but anyway, all right. Listen, this show was weird.
Not one of our best, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're a first time listener,
I had fun with it. I finally have.
No, I know, but like I'm watching this, and I could tell you there was a lot of like dialogue that you were saying, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But like I would check the online live viewing, and it was fine. So I'm like, so how the hell am I going to download it? It's going to be a little bit of a trick. Dave's going to have to put some hours into this one, so we'll see how.
All right. Well, hopefully you can fix it. Again, don't forget though, if you can't see shit, go to Absolute Eyewear. I know Johnny and Jay Bird was waiting for me to mention that. I love the way you point to the Absolute Eyewear thing. 732-326-3937 in Woodbridge, New Jersey. They got everything over there, 42 Main Street. Absolute Eyewear, every kind of glasses you need. Craig and Johnine, they're good people. They sell good stuff. They'll make you feel happy. And when you leave there, you don't feel like a jerk off here at Shed. All right, that's it for this fine, festive show. Sorry for the technical difficulties. If there was one, it's either on me or Dave. We don't know.
After further consideration, it's probably on me. I don't know why. Not so much for Ryan. Ryan was breaking up crazy, and you heard that too.
Yes.
But apparently all your stuff was going fine, so I don't know. Maybe it's on me.
I'm going to say one last thing about this podcast, okay? And Dave's going to agree with this, I think. A lot of podcasts that you listen to are recorded over the course of a day, and there's editing, and there's sound drops, and there's smoothing out. There's the really big ones where they're making millions of dollars. There's all kinds of audio sequencing to get it right. One thing about Dave and I, and we do it like a radio show. We both do our prep. Dave does a good job of setting the shit up. He really does. And I've been getting a little better. And we go live, man. So that means points are sometimes dropped. I'll forget a point, or sometimes I mean to say something and it comes out in a different way when I'm speaking it. But this show is done live. And with that, you get some funny moments, and you get Tyson's and the Hogans. And also you get issues with people and their phones and some.
I could tell you one thing just based off experience. I think yes, we're off the cuff and we could do whatever, but I think it's the fans and the community that we're building here. That's the reason why we go live, because it would kind of suck if like we did an hour-long show and we're like, hey, show's up, and like people will listen. Yeah, great, because people catch up all the time. But like you can't have the interactions with the Tysons and the Hogans and the Daryl Clarks and the Will Peñas and the Johnny Boxes and all these guys that chime in. It's fun for us. So that's
and I always, I've always wanted. My dream would be if we're both on WFAN from 2 to 6 a.m.
I could tell you right now, we're better than anything they got going on, except for Boomer and Gio. I love those guys, but everything else kind of fucking stinks.
You know what? I'm never cocky with showbiz, but you know what? If any late night host on WFAN goes to the sign-in sheet at an audition and they see the Jimmy Palumbo Show with Dave Stern Show, they're like, oh, we got to play those guys. They're going to be a pain in the ass. Plus, and we don't have it's not like I have a. Dave produces the show, but in other shows they have like a producer where his job all week is to like, come up with segments and feed us information. While I'm talking about Jason Grimsley, there's some intern feeding me. That's not how this goes. I literally do like, I got my notes and I go. That's how it is. I prefer it that way. I think I'm better that way. But every now and then, and how many guys are doing a show with a Molly Hatchet poster in the background? Which
Not many.
There you go. So, but now I think I got the lighting fairly good. So
yeah, next week hopefully I'll be back in my my Dave cave, and maybe I redid this place 16 times already, and I may have boxed myself in. I don't know. Like maybe there's not enough like daylight out here. Like so it's like
it's a little. It looks like you're about ready to have a cocktail at a nightclub.
Well, I mean, look, we got the blue over here for the sports desk, right, and then we got over here for the warmer temperatures, right, and then we got back there. It's like another.
I'll tell you what.
There's a lot of shit going on here. So like, but the problem is I reversed it and I set up this wall over here, but now there's no windows. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I'm
gonna make an announcement right here on the Jimmy Palumbo Show. This is breaking news, Dave. I will be doing next week's show live from downtown Manahawkin, Manapple, whatever the hell.
Oh, you're coming here live?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Chop Sports Studios. We haven't done that in years. So I'm going to go down and do one live just to see how it is. Both of us in the room talking to each other. We'll try that.
Let's do it.
So next week's will be live from downtown Chop Sports Studios in some town that begins with an M. No, I know. Matawan, New Jersey. Of course, I'm just busting. All right. Well, that's it. Everybody, spring training starts. Baseball, thank God. And listen, we'll find out on Apple Podcasts if you could hear any of this.
Yeah, I'll fix it up. But until then, we'll see you guys next week. And do yourself a favor. Watch Bad Bunny's halftime show again.
Oh, my God.